the waterman, George Lewis.
Thank you, Bill. Wow, what a district. Life should be an exciting adventure. You should wake up every morning and say, Rotary, thank you. What? How's that? Yeah. It keeps going down. That's it. Go. How's that? Okay. Life should be an exciting adventure. You should wake up every morning and say, Rotary, thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve, to give something back to the community, to help the less fortunate people around the world to have a better life. I think that's why most of us join Rotary. We want to make the world a better place. But unfortunately, many Rotarians are like most people. They really, really want to do good, but they just never get around to doing it. And I think the reason is that they're in a box. I call this a conformity box. Now, people are in a conformity box. They don't like change. They fear failure. They don't like to take risks. They don't lead a very purposeful life or an adventurous life. But you know what? Most people that are in a box are happy. So if you're in a box and you're happy, I don't have any problem with that. But if you want to soar like an eagle, you got to get out of that box. And in order to get out of that box, you have to be able to do one very, very important thing. You must be able to take action on those things that you really want to do. Well, you might say, wow, that's easy. That's easy, I can take action. In reality, it's not very easy. Let's say you go to the doctor and you're 50 pounds overweight, and the doctor says to you, you know what, if you don't lose those 50 pounds, you're gonna die. You say, whoa, wait a minute, I don't want to die. So immediately you set a goal, I'm gonna lose that weight. I'm gonna go on a diet. And if I do that, I'm gonna feel good. I'm going to have less chance of a stroke or diabetes or dying. And you go on and on and on with all these benefits. And why do most people are going to die? Why don't they lose the weight? The reason is they don't look at the other side of the equation. I call these rotten, stinking deterrents. They want to sabotage your goal. So if you want to lose weight, you gotta give up desserts, pasta, beer, martinis. You gotta get on a treadmill and walk around the block 5 times. And all diets say you gotta drink 8 glasses of water every day. Now, if these things are so powerful and hurtful, you can't do them, they'll overtake the benefits. And guess what? You won't be able to take action on those things that you really want to do. Let me give you 2 examples. When I was growing up, all I wanted to do was to be a Major League Baseball player. With due modesty, I must say I was pretty good. In high school, I was All-State. In college, I was All-American. In the Army, I was All-Army. In the first year in the Boston Red Sox organization, I led the entire organization in home runs. I said, I'm on my way. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. And no, that's the good part. But I said, I'm going to make it. So one day the coach comes up to me and says, hey, George, we got a bonus baby, a new bonus baby in town. We want you to be his mentor. I said, hey, what do you mean mentor? I can hardly take care of myself. He said, no, we want you to be his mentor. I said, okay. What's his name? He said, Carl Yastrzemski. Okay. Now, for those of you that don't know baseball, Carl Yastrzemski became one of the best baseball players in the history of baseball. He's in the Hall of Fame. He becomes my roommate. So one day I hit a home run. And I said, Carl, we got to go out and celebrate tonight. He said, no, I don't want to go. I'm tired. I said, no, what do you mean you want to go? We got to celebrate. You're my roommate. He said, okay. We go to the restaurant. We're sitting down, and a waiter comes over. He says, George, what would you have? I said, I'll have a Budweiser. I said, Carl, what kind of beer you want? He said, I don't want beer. I said, what do you mean you don't want beer? You're a baseball player. All baseball players drink beer. He said, no, I don't want to drink. What do you want? He said, I have a Coke. He has a Coke. So just then, another fan comes over and says, George, nice home run. Buys me a beer. Another fan comes over later on, gives me another beer. Buy a beer. They buy me beers all night. I get to the ballpark the next day. I'm hurt. Hey, I can hardly see out of my eyes. They're all bloodshot and my head is pounding. I said, I don't know whether I can play today. I look out in the outfield. Here's Carl. He's doing extra wind sprints and push-ups and taking extra batting practice. Needless to say, he made the major leagues and I didn't. Had a little bit to do with talent, but that's a different story. I look back at that time and I said, you know what, I really fouled it up. I was not able to take proper action to make my goal. And I think about that even to this day. I could have made it in my mind if I took the right action. And then back in 2006 when I'm living in Oregon, another lady, Rotarian from another club, came to our club and said, she said, we want to install stoves to the poor Mayan Indians in Guatemala. And afterwards she asked for volunteers. I volunteered. I had never done anything like that in my life. I went to Guatemala. And these Mayan Indians, they live in these little huts and they have dirt floors and they put 3 stones on the ground. And they put the wood on the stones and they light it up. That's how they cook and that's how they keep warm and all, but they don't have any windows or no ventilation. So the room's filled with smoke. You can't see 6 inches in front of your face. And then it's girls with babies strapped to their back. The girls are 13, 14 years old with babies are strapped to their back. You know those babies are going to get sick. And a lot of them are going to die. So when we put it in the stove, we put it in the chimney, and all of a sudden there's no smoke in the room. We were saving lives. What a wonderful, wonderful feeling, and the foundation made it all happen. I'm sitting outside. Actually, I'm on my hands and knees. I'm putting a stove together. I look up, and here's this girl. She's about 13 years old. She's got this huge smile on her face. We couldn't communicate, but I know what she was saying. She was saying, Rotary, thank you. Thank you for saving my life. For saving the life of my mom and my papa, and my brother and my sister, and all the people in the village. Thank you. I got up off my hands and knees. I went over, I gave her a big hug. And when I was stopped, we broke, I looked at her, and she still had this huge smile on her face. I'm telling you, it changed my life. I know when you do a grant, you have to have a Rotary club in that country, and one of the top Rotary men in that country, Juan Carlos, was there. So I went up to Juan Carlos. I said, Juan Carlos, I'm going to be president of my club in a few months. What can I do to help your country? He said, wow, if you can help us with water, get clean drinking water. All the drinking water in Guatemala is polluted. The kids are dying, and it's a horrible, horrible way to die. If you could help us with that, that would be great. I said, I'll do it. I'm flying back to Oregon. I said, what have I just promised? My club has been in existence for 50 years. We had never done a World Community Service project. We didn't have any money in our budget. We didn't know how to put a grant together. And I'm going on and on and on with all these negative thoughts, and then all of a sudden the picture of this girl comes into my mind, and it was so powerful that I said, I'm going to do it. I go back. I called my mentor from another club, and I said, our club is going to do a humanitarian project in Guatemala. We're going to supply clean drinking water. He says, that's fantastic. He says, how big is it? I don't know. I know he wanted me to say something big. So I said, $10,000. He said, no, George, that's not good enough. It's got to be at least 25,000 I said, 25,000? How can I raise $25,000? He said, you just have to ask. Well, I said, well, I'm a stockbroker. I can do that. So I get the list of all the presidents in the district, and I start emailing them. And I said, hey, come on, our club's going to do a humanitarian project, and we're going to do good in the world. I need your money. I need some help. 2 weeks goes by, and nothing happened. I said, oh, this is hard. So I said, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up. So I emailed again. I said, come on, guys, I need some money. I need some money. Give me some help. And then all of a sudden, some money comes in, and we did the project. And we saved lives. It was a wonderful feeling. And then we did another project, and another one, and another one, and another one. And I said, I'm going to offer this to other clubs in my district so they can do the same thing. So we were doing more grants and more grants and more grants. And I said, I'm going to offer this to clubs in the whole country and in Canada. And we were doing these, and we were doing tons of grants. And then all of a sudden, Rotary comes up with this future vision thing with the pilot districts, and where you had to get 2 districts, they had to work together, something like that. It's very complicated. But I know my club district wasn't going to apply. So I call my friends in Guatemala and say, hey, don't apply, because if you do, I won't be able to help you anymore. Well, they didn't listen to me. And they applied, and they became a pilot district, and I said, I'm out of business. What am I going to do? So all of a sudden, I got a message. Somebody says, I want to be your friend. I said, I don't even know you. So I throw it in the garbage. The next day, I get another message. I want to be your friend. What is this? In the garbage. When I got the third message, I looked at it. It's Facebook. I looked at Facebook. I said, this is wonderful. We got thousands and thousands of people, or Rotarians and whatever, district governors all over the world. I said, I'm back in business. So I said, I'm going to pick a country. I didn't know what country to pick. I picked India. And India was, they had a lot of, India's a big country with a lot of districts and all. I got a list of all the district governors. And I find out if they were on Facebook, and a lot of them were on Facebook. And I said, hey, you want to be my friend? So they said, of course. I said, well, you want to do a water project? They said, of course. So we were doing this grant. I mean, we're doing these grants, and I'm finding clubs to partner with them. And then I get all these friends from all over the world on Facebook. And so I get people from other countries. They want to do the same thing. They want to do water projects and all that. So to make a long story short, since 2006, I've been able to help in one way or another over 2 million people get clean drinking water in 37 different countries. Now, when I look back at that plane ride, I could have very easily had the negatives overcome the positives, and then nothing would have happened. So if you really want to do something, you got to look at these negatives in your mind when you want to do something, and you got to beat them with a stick. You got to minimize them and get rid of them, or else you'll never be able to do anything good. A few years ago, I was invited to talk at a PETS. It was a big PETS, five districts. I mean, and there were like 400 president-elects there. And then the place was jumping. I mean, the energy, it was on fire. It was wonderful. I gave the talk, and I said at the end of the talk, I said, you know what? If you want to do something in water during your 1 year as president, it's your once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, leave me your card. I'll find a project. I'll find a host club for you. I'll help you with the paperwork. I'll help you with the fund. I'll practically do everything for you. Just tell me that you have an interest and give me your card. I got 135 cards.
Wow.
I bombarded them all year long with projects and information and this and that. And at the end of the year that they had this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something good that they wanted to do, and only 4 did something. Now, why is it? I don't know why it is, but 131 presidents who wanted to do something were not able to take action on something they wanted to do. A lot of them said, we don't have any money. So I had an idea. When I retired, I took an adult education course in oil painting. And I liked it. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm painting. So one day I said, I'm going to take one of my paintings. I'm going to put it on Facebook, and I'm going to sell it. I said, I don't know what price. I'm just going to sell it for $500. So if you buy a painting for $500, and most of my friends on Facebook are Rotarians, so you buy a painting for $500, I'll take the $500, I'll put it into a water project. For your credit, I'll frame it and I'll ship it to you for free, and I'll give you an extra 500 recognition points so that when you buy it, you get a new Paul Harris phone. I didn't know what to expect. 8 minutes later, I get a message from a district governor in Texas. He says, I'll buy it. I'm a professional now. So I run out in the garage, I get another painting, and I put it up on the screen. And then like 2 hours later, I sold another one. I'm selling these things like crazy. I don't have time to play golf anymore. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna, instead of just water, I'm gonna say anything. Polio, the foundation, any humanitarian project. I'll sell it and I'll help. I offer them to clubs all over the country, all over the world, and districts. And I said, well, if you take this pen, You pick one from the portfolio that I have, you pay me $100, because that covers my expenses. In the beginning, I didn't do that, and I ran out of money. So I said, you take the $100, I'll ship it to you, I'll frame it, and I take care of all of my expenses. You keep all the money you raise. So now I'm getting all these orders from the clubs and the districts. And the record so far is one club in Taiwan at one meeting raised $3,000 with one painting. And in one district in Nigeria at a foundation meeting raised $6,000 with one painting. So it can be done. The reason I'm saying this, I want every one of you to think about doing a raffle. It's simple. You do it at a meeting, and you take a few minutes of your time, and all the members can participate. It's just wonderful. It's easy. So if you're interested, give me a call. I'll paint one up, and it takes me about 45 minutes. Nah. So, a few years ago, 5 years ago, I took my annual physical, and the doctor calls me up, and he says, oh, by the way, in 3 years, I supplied 431 paintings in all over the world. And my paintings now hang in like 16 different countries, including Russia and Pakistan and Lebanon and Nigeria and all. It's just wonderful. And I'm 82 years old. The value is going to zoom up. And about 5 years ago, I took a physical, and a few days later, my doctor calls me up and he said, hey, George, you must feel lousy. I said, I don't feel lousy, I feel good. I play golf 3 times a week. The other days, I walk around a block, I feel good. He said, well, you shouldn't feel good. He says your exam shows that you lost half of your blood. I said, oh, what are we going to do? He said, well, you got to go to the hospital right now and get a refill. So I go to the hospital, I get a refill. I said, what do we do now? He said, we take some more tests. So we did. We took some more tests. And he calls me up and he said, George, you have colon cancer. I'm telling you, when you get told you have cancer for the first time, it changes your life. You look back at all those things that you did during your lifetime, but you also look back at all those things that you really, really wanted to do, but you never got around to doing them. And you say, if I get another chance, I'm going to do those things. And I'm going to do them bigger. And I'm going to do them better. And I'm going to do them now. Not next week. Not next month. Not next year. But now. You take that attitude in life about anything you want to do, you'll be a better person. You'll be a better Rotarian. The world will be a better place. Let me end with this. I presented to District Governor Bob a global grant. My club has been working in Central America, primarily in Peru and Guatemala and Honduras, supplying clean water and doing sanitation. So I showed him this sanitation project. We have probably, in my estimation, one of the very, very best NGOs as our partner, called Water Mission. They do everything. They do the assessment, they do the implementation, they do the education, they do the follow-up, and they help with the paperwork. Everything is in order. So we want to do that. And past District Governor Shah has volunteered his club to be the primary partner. So all we need is money. And if you don't have any money, you can do a painting raffle. So we want to fund this in the next few months. Remember, life should be an exciting adventure. Thank you.
First of all, I can't believe